waiting in Grands. So that is 4 different characters for the top 4. We've got a Maple, we've got a Kragg, Yin, we've got a Raster, and we've got a Fleet. And you said that, that might be character diversity, but Yin, that's not element diversity, because guess what? We've got Team Earth, and we've got Team Wind, but the other half of the elements, Yin, they're not here.
I mean, hey, they made it to top 8. They made it to top 8, of course, Sadly, Solar Beam did lose out to Cherri, rocking the locks with that fire, and I believe we also had, we had Marcus with the Rano making it to top 8, but that being said, this top 4 is dominated by, are we living? Nah, game close. I love Cherri laughing it off, just understanding, you know what, might have gotten a little too saucy with it, but all the same, a trade for a trade, can't complain about that. Cherri doing a good job to start off and massacring this Kragg here as Cheesy taking another 50%.
Yeah, I love the use of that special arrow there, right? With the delayed knockup to find shield pressure, keep it going, and now we're going to push you off stage with it. Kragg's going to have no resources, tried to pick it up at ledge, but just wasn't able to keep it going. So Cherri now having to drop it for a second, reset the scenario. Cheesy just not able to get away. It feels like Kragg just kind of gets trapped in the blender between all these arrows sometimes and doesn't just have the best tools if the boulder isn't already out to contest what Fleet is throwing out there.
Oh yeah, 100%. And look at that, the down air coming through and the up Bs. I will say Cherri has been using that as an aggressive edge guarding tool, which has been very fun to watch. Not something that I have seen a lot of, but as we mentioned, an aggressive edge guarding tool, Cheesy coming in with those blocks, but now sitting at 182. What can Cherri do to get the kill here? Oh, well, that might be it. Not came close, not quite.
The down throw looking for the forward air, doesn't manage to find it just yet, Yin, and looking for the juggle as well, but it's gonna be Cherri somehow, some way, still finding a way to close it out and keeping things going off the next stock. Come back anyways, no iframes needed, but it's gonna be CheeseyPotato closing out the stock, keeping this one close, Yin.
As you said, those iframes unnecessary as well for Cheesy. But you know what? Cherri gonna utilize them to the fullest and keep this damage rocking. Oh my gosh, 65 already. And the pillar coming into play here. And Cherri just trying to keep them locked down. But you know what, Cheesy? She says, nah, my turn to go ahead and put you through the ringer.
Yeah, I like the back throw, gonna push you to the corner. However, that tornado with the delay gonna snipe it. That pillar Cheesy wasn't ready, didn't expect it, and he'd spike as well once, twice, a third time, he's gonna do it! Four even!
Oh my gosh! Hey,
was that?
They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome, but Cherri, said, hey, I'm a little crazy with it, and it's gonna work out for the best. So now Cheesy gonna have to work out this 1-0 lead against Cherri.
Yeah, the 1-0 lead in Cherri's favor, and she's already picking things up, trying to get the grab on the platform. That parry, though, gonna give you an advantage, but not as big a one. Remember that because that projectile, right, it's not gonna just make her inactionable for just as long a time as it otherwise would, gonna reflect it back instead. So CheeseyPotato having an advantage state here, finally, maybe gonna convert it to the stock, but Cherri with the immaculate route back to stage.
Yeah, what an amazing recovery, being able to get around Cheesy's aggression off stage. But now the down smash trying to lock down Cherri, but instead Cherri being able to reverse it for a moment, but a missed air dodge going to cause that stock to drop. And now this Kragg finally in the lead here, and Cherri trying to fight back, but Cheesy getting the jab and now keeping the momentum flowing as they are just not letting Cherri breathe.
Okay, finds the forward throw here, gonna pick up the food to forward as well, get a little bit of an extra dice roll here, keep the advantage going, plus the angled arrow trying to cover all the angles, but doesn't manage to do it just yet. Big body, no problem, finds a way through the maze of wind, but still not enough to close it out, as Cherri going deep again, but that one doesn't go her way because she had the percent there.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but you know what? It did not pay off in that moment. Still got the chance, and now look at that. Cheesy coming in, and she is really fighting for everything to maintain this game number 2. Cherri, though, getting caught up from that back air, and now the down smash conversion into the fair. Cheesy doing such a good job to lock in game number 2, and now we will be going to a rubber band game.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, we talked about it earlier. The difference between 1-1 and 2-0 is maybe the biggest difference here in platform fighters, right? The amount of momentum, the amount of room you have to breathe, the amount of pressure on your shoulders could not sway more than with that one game. So now locked in at 1-1, CheeseyPotato has at least some room to breathe. Whether or not she can close it out remains to be seen. This game, as you mentioned, gonna be the deciding factor.
Absolutely. Having this game to go ahead and get your stage pick going into the game number 5, especially considering how amazing that previous stage was for Cheesy, could be big. But right now, you know what? Cherri making sure to utilize her stage pick to its fullest, but Cheesy getting on deck and now looking for the kill, but Cherri fighting her way through and able to continue this extended combo.
And the extensions are coming through, looking for the stop, not going to find it, so it's going to be the fleet once again, racking up these crazy strings, up, down, nowhere. No direction is too strange to take this Kragg. Cherri has been showing the immaculate extensions off those down airs on the platform, not able to lock it down just yet, but the back air to send you coast to coast, rinse and repeat. Yin, they can't get away.
They really can't, and oh my gosh, the jab to stop the aggression and allowing for Cherri to go ahead, pick up that stock, and get another dice on deck. Can they get the swing? No, gonna go ahead and pocket that dice instead, and now looking for the aggressive up B. We've seen that a couple of times from Cherri, and now getting the back throw, looking for the down air, and really trying to just maintain control of this stock and not have to work up the next.
I love the use of the float there, plus the tornadoes are going to go all the way out and beat you off the pillar. What awareness from Cherri, going all the way deep, and with the Cherri fleet going to close out that stock and find the break that she needed. Yin, this one's wide open in her favor right now.
It is, but you know what? Look at that. Having the call out on the pummel as well to be able to break out of the grab. Aggressive up smash, trying to push them off of stage and get that kill, but now look at that. Cherri trying to find the kill, but instead dropping her stock to CheeseyPotato. And yeah, now look at this.
She tried to do the same thing she did before, Yin, and you know, we saw the adjustment come out, right? That's the mark of a good player, and Cheesy having it locked and loaded, going to not find that double fair though that Kragg's love just so much. Yin, and finally finding that stomp on the side special to keep the pressure going to boot. The float, though, going back the other way. Now it's Cherri's turn. She's not going to find it, so these two just going to reset to neutral. But Cherri going to find the break, push you to the corner, and now have a turn herself.
Oh, baby, and look at that. Now that Cherri has Kragg off stage, you know what she's looking for. She's looking to keep things rolling and rocking, and look at that, the back throw. Set her off stage. Can we get the kill? That arrow coming through off of the special. Get up. This should be it. Look at that. Cheesy. Going to be going down 2-1 as Cherri securing that game 3. Let me tell you, these are phenomenal plays we're seeing from Cherri, and she's being so willing to go off stage, get these edge guards.
Yeah, she has gone so deep, you know, even at the cost of her own stock, recognizing that those situations, the ability, you know, where Kragg wants to play, how Fleet has the float and the ability to control space, those stock trades, even if she's the one going down for it, still might just be in her favor. She is racking down, tries to find the tech chase there with the float dare, but doesn't do so. And so now it's going to be Cheesy's turn to at least reset. That is given opportunity to open it up, finds the grab, does so on that Tomahawk and Yin. Now it's Cheesy's turn to just get away once again.
Yeah, but you know what? Cheesy coming right on in with the fair to regain some stage control. But that tornado mixed with the up tilt, able to lock down Cheesy for extra long periods of time. And Cherri going in for the stock trade once more, just like we saw in game number 2. And so Cherri having a little bit of a capability to get through here. Instead, Cheesy going to be the one to start off with a little bit of damage.
I like the dash attack. I like the up tilt. Just rack on the damage through these multi-hits. give themselves an opportunity to extend, especially now. Oh, speaking of extensions, right off of that neutral special arrow coming off the delay, Yin, the amount of damage Cherri can get is insane, but Cheesy able to answer back with the good old up air, the good old up tilt, and hey, if you ever got a little bit comfortable, well, guess what? There's a boulder to boot.
There always is, and look at that. Stopping a lot of the progression that Cherri wants to do off that stage. But now, Cherri trying to look for the resets with these downers. We've seen it a lot, but instead, Cheesy able to get that kill right there with that up smash.
Man, dude, everything from both of these players has just been so immaculate, really showing you what this game looks like when played at the very tippity top level. Oh, Cherri, as you mentioned, one of the best fleets in the business, showing you all the coverage that this character can do against Kragg, the angles that you can cut off, but also Kragg, even still, against a character that wants to be in the air, still can juggle you all the same. Yin. CheeseyPotato's juggles might be the best we've seen in this tournament.
Oh, they've been so good. Cheesy just on deck at all times. But you know what? Right now, Cherri has been trying to be on deck for more advantage. But Cheesy really looking to bring it to this game number 5 as now locked in. Look at that. The shield at the ready, but unable to convert much more off of it. Now, off stage, this is where Cherri has really been able to make her money. And now that up air to get the kill and bringing it to the last stock. But 125 on deck for Cherri. She has to be so careful to not lose here.
Yep, and Yin, the next forward throw might just do it. One forward air, and just like that, game number 5. Cherri versus CheeseyPotato. 2 games apiece. Winner gets to play Jut. Loser goes home outside of the top 3. This is where the money is made. And I'm a little bit surprised to see us going to this stage in a game 5, considering it's Cherri's counter pick. This is one of Kragg's best stages.
It might be, but it also feels like Cherri, we saw it earlier against Jut, she has a lot of capability to utilize these down airs and these arrow plays to go ahead and extend, but for now, Cheesy's the one extending off the stage and getting that stock, and now look at that, just bouncing her off the block, trying to continue it, and that timer going off, allowing for Cherri to get a little bit extra damage here.
Yeah, dude, I mean, that first stock just absolutely disappeared, and this is the CheeseyPotato we've seen the whole bracket. By absent this set, but those fast starts just have made all the difference for her game in game again. She finally gets one when it matters most, looking for the tech chase, gets the up air extension, the juggle off the top platform. That could be disastrous for Cherri if she can't get away. She's still not down and gonna lose the stock. She's got one left in the tournament. She had such control over the say-in, but just can't get anything going in game number 5.
Cheesy looking to make the upset right here, and Cherri finally starting to make some moves, gets the forward air, forward throw, popping them off stage. Can they get the stock? No. Cheesy getting back to stage, having another chance, and look at that patience from Cherri, really just trying to play it nice and careful, not let any more ground be lost here. But these tech chases not coming through for her.
Yeah, when it matters most, you know, these two players have exchanged games back and forth by each winning on their counter pick. Oh no! CheeseyPotato just not gonna have a jump or something there. They're gonna, like, just gonna lose the resources, lose the stock, get on the board. This is Cherri's opening back into the game. She's going to have an opening, push you to the leg, and a huge over the second hit on the multi-hit, gonna mean that Kragg can make it back after all, knocks you out of special fall. That was the stock right there. Cherri had a chance on Cheesy, but it's not going to be enough just yet.
Bill, that being said, Cherri has not let her out of her sights and just stopping Cheesy at every turn and getting the stock. Cherri has come alive in this last stock here. Ritual, this could still be the chance that Cherri needs.
What a game, or what a say-in. This might be one for the ages of this search, and it's not even over yet. Cherri has you in lead. Is he going to complete the reverse 3 stock? This is her opening, and Cheesy hasn't been able to get anything going after She's going to do it. What just happened?
Cheesy not having any more for that pillar to come up and save her. Cherri recognizing it in a moment's notice, the blink of an eye, and just saying, I've got a nice quick tool for you. This down air arrow coming through and putting you into hell, sending you to the depths.
Dude, what? What was that? Those two pulled out all the stops. We thought that Cheesy had the answer, right? We finally saw that fast start. We finally saw the advantage state. We finally saw, we saw the Kragg combos and why the stage is just so good for Kragg. And we said, oh, maybe this is a mistake. Maybe Cherri shouldn't have gone here. There. And then Cherri just said, I don't feel like losing anymore. That was one of the greatest clutches I have seen in a hot minute. It's one of the greatest clutches I've had the privilege of casting. Yin, the level of play between those two there was insane.
Look at this tech chase too from Cherri to go ahead and get that first stock of game number 1. By the way, recognizing that she had mispositioned with that down B, causing her to go ahead and lose that stock either way, so getting the stock trade instead. Didn't matter in the long run, as Cheesy did seal out this game here very quickly, as look at that grab to set up for the edge guard later. But here, Cheesy coming alive at the beginning of this game 5.
Utilizing the boulder defensively there, playing with it next to you, kind of like you would in Rivals 1 from time to time, to be able to force your opponent to hit it, then you're able to find the punish is out of disadvantage when you otherwise wouldn't have found the coverage. That was the last stock Cheesy would take throughout the tournament, because after that, it was just the Cherri show, pushing you to ledge, playing so fast, that tornado pushing you all the way back and down, right? And because Cherri is willing to go so deep, willing to hold her float as well, she's able to then float right off the platform, and Kragg doesn't have an answer to get it back around that. He has to try and fight you and get the hit. Cherri's just so evasive on the micro spacing, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was an intense last game. And you saw it, Cheesy didn't think that she had lost her pillar, but had indeed, and so was unable to get back, because you don't get your pillar back when you regrab the ledge. And so that was the mistake that Cheesy made at the end there. And that is why Cherri was able to go ahead, capitalize, finish it off with that arrow straight down to drive her into that blast zone. So Cherri being so ready, and I am so glad we got to see that top-notch fleet play. And I'm so excited to see it continue, as she will also be getting the chance to go ahead and get a run back against Jut.